So, Ken, I actually haven't come across anyone whose first musical exposure was lyrics, actually. Normally people start off, that's they're fooling around on a guitar or whatever. So do you think that influenced the sort of musician you became and the sort of songwriter you became?
I think it probably did in that the sense that I always think that lyrics should never be throwaway items on their own. It's funny because even through the years, I've had people in bands that have no idea what the hell that I'm actually writing about because it's just their music focused.
Right.
That said, I did kick myself many times that I didn't take piano lessons a little bit more seriously when I was about 10 years old. I actually lived next to a piano instructor,
Right.
and I was way more interested in actually, playing sport than I was playing music. And lo and behold, here we are, and actually had to, probably would have been a good idea to have taken that seriously. Lily, on the other hand, she took piano sessions very seriously.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like you created your own built-in band member there, Ken. So, Levi, I will
Hence the title, Sophie. Hence the title.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. Of course.
I was just waiting for the perfect band member. We just had to create her.
Yeah. So, Lily Maya, what was the first instrument you learnt? Was it piano?
I think it was piano. I was about 6 years old, and my best friend's mum was my piano teacher. So, yes, I think grade 2, I started having lessons at her house, and it just clicked. I just loved playing piano. A couple of years later, I started violin, and I was singing throughout this, but I started singing lessons probably about grade 10 or so. But yeah, all throughout my childhood, I was in orchestras, I was having music lessons, just music was always such an important thing to me.
Right. And do you have a favorite instrument out of the ones you play?
Uh, hmm. Well, some people don't consider the voice an instrument. I do. I think singing is my favorite thing. Just it's
Right.
the most natural built-in instrument we have, and it's so expressive. And without singing, it's so hard to, convey lyrics and convey as much emotion. So I think singing is my favorite part.
Well, and you certainly do use it as an instrument on the album, I think, and because you have, I mean, I know you're still young, but it's a very developed, mature instrument, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, Ken, at which point did you look around in the household and think, okay, now's the
Well,
time?
I think what it was is because again, music is always in the house, and I've been writing for so long and appreciate music of all sorts that I think what happened was actually in this very room, I was playing a song that was called Cut to Pieces. And it was a song off of a record that was released in 97. And Lily started to sing some harmonies. And it was just like, wow, hold on a second. That's pretty good. And I obviously had appreciated, I knew that I had a little bit of a wonder kid and how quickly she was learning how to write songs. And we both were sort of doing our things. I was releasing records. She was starting to do demos. And it was like, okay, let's sing together and let's just play a little bit together and see what happens. And it was one of those thump moments where it was like, okay, there is something about these family harmonies, whether it's siblings,
Mm.
whether it's father daughter. There is something to be said about it. Where I don't know if it's a DNA thing or if it's just that you have so many influences that mold together. But we knew that we were onto something. And then when we started playing live, we really knew that we were onto something.
Right. So that's interesting as well to think because you could sing together anytime you like, right? Because you're in the house. But what do you think it is about, and this is a question for either one of you, what do you think it is about the live environment that really brings out, I suppose, the harmonic excellence in you?
Well, I think playing live is sort of what music's about. Music is meant to be shared, and we don't write songs just to be self-indulgent and keep them to ourselves forever.
I'll speak for yourself.
So I think one part of it is, it's fun to show off. It's fun to show what you've been working on with the people around you. But I think it's just so much more special to be able to involve the audience in our music as well. So part of having our really stripped back arrangement is it's just so raw that when you're listening, you just kind of feel like you're in the song. You're in the room. You're just such an important part of the music that's being created. So playing live is definitely an important part of what we do.
And something, especially in this acoustic setting, because I liken it to, I've played so many gigs in my life from big places to small places, that when you play acoustically, particularly when it's original music, it's almost like a teacher when they want to get the child's attention. They don't speak louder, they speak quietly. And that's what we found. I mean, the music's got a lot of dynamic range, but I think there's something about, okay, we're going to be quiet enough, we're going to focus, make you sort of go, what? Oh, okay. And I think that's the beauty of live, is I think it's all connection. I think that I think Spotify releases something like I don't know, 100,000 new pieces of music a week. And how do you stand out? I think you stand out by being authentic and something that's got no BS attached to it, for better or worse.